Good morning, friends. I hope you're well today. The poem that I have for you this afternoon is actually a breakup poem. So, I guess with my love poems, we're looking at all facets, and if you're going to do love poems, then I feel like a breakup poem is probably pertinent. And also, love can't be, as I was saying to my students yesterday, oh, rainbows and sunshine and kittens. This poem is a poem that I wrote when I was in Texas working on my master's, and I went into that program right after I finished my undergraduate degree. So there wasn't a lot of time to transition between those two things, and the result of that, I think, was that my time in Texas was really good in a lot of ways, but it was also very fraught in a lot of ways. And I think it was difficult in ways that I didn't really process even until I wasn't there anymore. And sometimes I feel like, in retrospect, I may end up writing like a whole book or series of poems about that time. I have a lot more of them than I thought I did. I spent 2.5 years there, and it was so alien to anything that I had really ever encountered. And so it was a little bit of a shock to the system. And I didn't know a soul. And it took me a while to make some friends, and I made some great ones. But I was pretty isolated for a while. And then I went through a breakup, and so that didn't help. And so a lot of the poems, I think, deal with those themes. So this is the poem for today. It's called After Our Breakup, I Search for Color Everywhere. Beneath the oak trees, I smell summer's decay, and I am tempted to turn back to the cool stillness of my apartment, but there are ghosts in those walls. I keep walking through a landscape leached of all color by a sun that hovers high in a bright white sky. I stoop to touch a shrub that seems to grow right from the pavement, but its sharpness draws blood. You came to me before all this concrete, offering only words, and when you put your mouth over mine, my payment slipped through your lips. You've wandered across acres of wildflowers, fields of bent corn stalks broken by the wind, and forest charred, sharp black against slate gray mountains. All this wonder, and I was fool enough to believe that you would come back for me. Now I am alone in a place that I am always on the verge of leaving, and every day I walk, hoping to glimpse green leaf, purple flower, or blue sky. So that's my poem. After a breakup, I search for color everywhere. And I talked about like going out and walking before. And I've noticed over the past couple of days the weather here in Indy. I don't know how it is where you are, but the weather here in Indy has been very cold and very rainy, which is very typical of spring in the Midwest this time of year. But as a result of that, I have not been able to get outdoors as much as I normally do, and I am beginning to feel it. And so I am hoping that this weekend the weather is going to improve. But I don't know how the rest of you feel. But that feeling of being sort of trapped manifests itself a lot more when I can't literally get out outside, even if it's just out into my yard or my porch. And so hopefully things will swing the other way and it'll start to warm and I can get up a little bit more. But those feelings are definitely sort of in this poem as well. And so I suppose, if anything, I'm consistent in how I process those things. So I hope that you're all well. I hope you're having a good day, and I will speak to you soon.